for anybody who doesn't know, Zuck and Elon want to have a boxing match.
Is it boxing or is it actually? Because he said, I want to get him in the cage. And then Dana White's the one planning it. Elon's the one that said that.
No way.
Yeah.
Rolling tape, baby. Back in action. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to The Rift, episode number 16. Back in action. Recorded a few videos previously. I have thus been on a trip. Now we are back in intermission until I go on my trip tomorrow, right? Leaving tomorrow night. So gotta get some podcasts out to you guys. This is episode 16. We're on a roll. We're running. We're continuing to get you guys content, get you the best and most valuable content that we can produce, and ensuring that you guys enjoy it, hopefully. And if you do, you might as well hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, really and truly, we're going to continue to be here. So either way, it's good if you want to hang out with us for a bit. Going to be talking about some certain topics. One in particular is going to be about traveling. Okay, so like I said, I've been traveling a little bit already. And me and Parker, we've talked about before, recently, the season of no, right? This is basically a season, Alex Ramosey talks about it, where you kind of just restrict your life. You know how they talk about balance, work-life balance, right? This is the complete opposite of that. This is where you restrict everything to where you just work. You work and better yourself, progression, your business, all of those sort of things. And anytime you have someone asking for you to go out to hang out with friends or any of that, the answer is no, because it's the season of no, right? Slowly starting to transition out of that, okay? And that's the thing is Alex doesn't talk about living that life indefinitely. It's more of that. That's why it's a season, right? There's a portion of your life or portion of the year to where you're going to do that. And you're going to work hard and you're going to get a bunch of stuff done, but then you're going to go live your life and enjoy it. And so we're starting to shift more into that, where I was in Washington, D.C. for the past few days. Parker was down here hanging out with friends and just kind of honestly just chilling a bit. And so what really is like trying to find that focus where during that season, no, we're constant. We're waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. We're at the gym. We have a regiment, right? Now we're shifting into, okay, we still want to get the things that we need to done so we don't digress, but we also understand that we're not going to be progressing as fast and as much as we were previously, right? And so I want to kind of bring that into diets and lifestyles and like how can you do that if you're working on, say, your health and your appearance and how you want to perceive yourself, because that is a lifestyle, right? I think going on a restrictive diet for months or a season and then stopping isn't really what you want to do. Right, I think you kind of want to keep that lifestyle year round, and then have portions of it to where there's a rule, 80-20 rule, where 80% of the time you're doing things right, 20% probably just living life. Right, I think that's kind of what we're trying to do as well, and what we're shifting into. Well, this is the 2 days in between going to Africa. In Africa, I don't even know if they have gyms over there where I'm going. Hunting, I'm pretty sure they don't. And so, it's going to be shifting out in that. Also still have my 100-mile race going on, ultra marathon, so still going to be running and staying active. But I understand that now the production that we've been doing with coaching, with program buildings, with all that is going to slow. And so we still want to give you guys content and continue to talk about that on this podcast. So that's why we're recording early. And Parker still ripping it. He's gonna be here, still grinding out, editing videos, putting out solid content as always. Which is good, right, Parker?
Yeah, no, I'd even say, because we were in the whole season for probably like 2 months ish.
Yeah.
Like strictly in it, and even just like this weekend, like just doing kind of whatever. Like you don't feel guilty, but you're kind of like, damn, I'm slacking. Even though it's just like. It was 2 days of going out, like hanging out with my friends, like drinking, whatever. And I was like, damn, dude, I feel like I'm losing everything I worked for. But then it's like, you don't like, like you kind of need that. 'Cause if you don't, then you get burned. It's the same like you said, like dieting. Like if you do chicken and rice for just forever, like you're gonna get burnt out, and then you're gonna go and just start eating whatever, and you're gonna be like, yeah, I can't do that. But if you do it for seasons, and then like it's like a cheat day. Like for us, it's a little like it's a different scale, but like cheat days compared to like cheat weekends for like this stuff. So I mean, I think you just have to have that.
And I think the difference is that if we were doing that every weekend, I think there would be an issue because because really and truly, I think as men and what we want to achieve in our life, it is competition, and you are trying to be better than your competitors. You're trying to it is that's the way it works in free marketplace. You need to have the best product out there to make the most amount of money and produce the best content or whatever it may be. Right? There's a competition, and if your competitor is working more hours than you, then they are getting a leg up in their competition. That's the Kobe Bryant effect, right? What he did is he wasn't much better than any of his other. I mean, obviously he was an NBA player. He was gifted and talented and had the right genetics to get to the NBA. But what separates the legends in the NBA from just the stars who go is that Kobe Bryant effect in the work that he puts in, because he was practicing 3 times a day. So not the 2 days, not one a day, not the one practice that was required. He was getting in at 4 a.m., working out, having his own drills, doing shooting practice, something. Then he would have his normal, the team workout. And then following that, he would do lifts. And then he would have another practice with himself again for a third workout. So total, he's doing 3 basketball workouts and a strength building workout. And that's one day. And he does that over time and compounds that. Now his competitors are doing 1 basketball workout and then lifting 1 time a day. Okay, so now let's just say they do it 7 days a week. Now they have 14 total. Well, Kobe's got 3 basketball and a lift. So 4 times 7, he's got 28. So he's automatically going to be better over that 1 week being done than his competitors are, even if they had an advantage in that. And so that's when you just like the reps that are needed, the more reps that you can get in over a time, the better off you're likely going to be. However, if you push that, if Kobe was doing that during season, he would get burnt out because he still has games going on. He's going to overwork his body. He's going to get injured, right? This was Kobe in the off season. When he was in season, then he was doing more mental clarity things, working on his mind, meditation, things to clear his brain. So when he's out on the court, now he's already had that preparation and practice. Now he can go get the job done, right? And I think that's kind of where that shifts from the season of no into the season of yes, to where you've put in the work, you've tended the fields, now you can go enjoy the fruits of your labor. Right, and that's kind of that's what we're shifting into right now, and we'll have a couple weeks off where we go enjoy what we've done because we've worked hard and we've progressed, and now we can go enjoy that, and then we're gonna be back to it. We're gonna be back working again because there's nonstop work and there's nonstop finishing and focusing on that purpose that I think all of us have, and our particular purpose in producing the best content for you guys, getting and ensuring that you're entertained and also educated, and as well helping people just achieve their fitness goals, and whether it's nutrition, health, mindset, whatever it may be, helping everyone get to that point to where they're the best version of themselves. And so that's our purpose, and that's what we're going to continue to work on. But in these next couple of weeks, we're going to be bouncing around, and we're going to continue to and so I've said it before where I don't like the word balance. I think balance is an excuse most people use to not do things. I like the lifestyle and shifting this lifestyle to something that is acceptable and that we're able to do for a long time, because we want to be here for a long time. And we will. I mean, hell, we're episode 16. What is that? 8 weeks? That's 2 months, right?
Yes, sir.
2 months in it. Still grinding. Gonna continue. What did Rogan just hit? 3,000, right?
Something like that. Yeah. That's actually a good way to keep track of how long we've been living here. I didn't think about that because we started the podcast first week.
It is.
So, yeah, every 2 is a week.
1.
That's honestly a good way to track that.
That's right. It is. Because we've been getting it out consistently for you guys. Every Monday and Friday, we're getting it to you. Having that as one of our focuses that we're going to continue to do, hopefully, for a long, long time, which we're planning on. So speaking of focus, one person who I think right now is shifting out of that season of no and more into kind of enjoy the fruits of labor, Elon Musk. Have you seen this with what he's all over Twitter? He owns Twitter. He always throws stuff up. But there's been, I wouldn't call it controversy, but there's been some instigating.
Yeah, talking about how everything's competition. I think the two top dogs are about to go after each other.
Two top dogs in social media, particularly.
Yeah.
And then you think one of them really doesn't talk much about freedom of speech. I don't know. So I've listened to Zuck on Joe Rogan podcast, and on there he seems like a pretty decent guy. Obviously he's got some Twitch. All those guys do. But Elon is more towards the side of a normal guy, whereas Zuck is more towards the side of I'm better than you guy.
I feel like they're both really similar in how they both act almost robotish, because I think they're both so smart it's hard not to, because they've talked about that, how they think of stuff and it's hard to even say what they're thinking to where other normal people would understand. So I think they're both similar like that. I think Elon just has a sense of humor, because if you have him on Twitter, he'll post memes all the time. Yeah. It's you just normally saw it from a meme page, you'd be like, oh, that's kind of funny. But with it being Elon posting it with the smartest guys in the world, you think it's hilarious. Because you're like, why would he post that?
No, you do. But that's the thing where then he becomes relatable, where he's a little more human-like than Zuck, where he doesn't post any of that. Does he even have, or no, what did he post? That thing, last thing I remember was when he was in Lake Tahoe surfing on the boat. He had the American flag.
I've seen that.
And he's just he was wearing this swimsuit. That was.
We haven't even said, for anybody who doesn't know.
Yeah. So for anybody who doesn't know, instigating a fight. Zuck and Elon want to have a boxing match. So this is what was started with KSI and Logan.
Is it boxing or is it
MMA?
He said, I want to get him in the cage. And then Dana White's the one planning it. Elon's the one that said that.
No way.
Yeah, and Dana White's been talking to both of them. He said, I talked to both of them, and both of them said, they're legit. They're down. Let me see.
Interesting. I don't know how that would necessarily work. So I saw Jake Paul was instigating it as well. Everyone obviously throws their own opinions and own things out there. But I didn't know that they were talking about MMA. And Zuck, I think he's pretty good with MMA.
Yeah,
I think he's been training for a while.
He does jiu-jitsu and stuff.
Yeah. So I think Elon wouldn't stand a chance. I don't think he trains at all, does he?
Yeah, I have no clue.
Why would he
have to have something up his sleeve if he'd be the one to call him out.
I think Elon's honestly just I don't know if it's publicity or what. Pulling it up. Yeah, I thought it was boxing. It would make more sense of boxing. I don't think that would even be an entertaining fight if it was MMA.
I don't think it's gonna be that entertaining either way.
That's true.
To be honest, I think it's gonna be like a high school fight.
Yeah.
Okay, see here, this one says in a cage match. He said, I'm trying to find the actual tweet.
Now that's a picture of Mark Zuckerberg right there.
Yeah, Elon tweeted they would be up for a cage fight.
Oh.
And then Zuckerberg said, send me the location.
Oh.
And then Dana said he was talking to both of them, and they were both, he said they were both serious. So he said this would be the top grossing fight that's ever been broadcasted. And he said all of the proceeds would be donated to a charity or something.
Really?
Yeah, and everyone's like, what charity? Your pockets? Because it's Dana White. Why would he put all this work in for it all to go to charity? But,
no, it's good publicity.
It
if it's sponsored by UFC,
I'm up for a cage match if he is. I don't know. I feel like it'd be too hard for him to get the legal rights to do an actual cage fight. I feel like it might still be boxing.
And why is that? You have to do legal stuff with that?
I would assume so. I would assume they can't just.
I think you can.
Well, even boxing, for Jake Paul and all them, their first few fights, it had to be 12 or 14 ounce gloves. They couldn't do the lower.
Well, but that's because boxing is a sport. Like
So is UFC.
Are they competing in UFC or are they just getting together? No, dude. Have you seen those things like North Carolina and stuff where they get those people together?
Yeah, they're not doing a backyard fight.
Oh, is it bare knuckle fighting? You see that?
I think for it to be pay-per-view, it has to be like a real
thing.
I mean, otherwise, that's what they do for the YouTube. They just do because those weren't pro fights. Their first few, they were amateur.
Yeah,
but they still had to do like headgear and certain ounce gloves and.
Well, but amateur fights still through a league.
That's all I'm saying. I mean,
so you think they're gonna go through UFC league? I don't know. On that. I know that. Like I said, it's interesting because it's billionaires like that own the world basically fighting against each other.
I say just put them in a bare knuckle cage and just let them get after it.
Those bare knuckle fights are ruthless, dude. Those guys, whoever do that, is like, sometimes when you watch those, even UFC sometimes can get gory and gruesome. I don't think with Zuck and Elon, I don't know if it would get gory and gruesome. I saw that picture of Elon posted day one of training. It was him like walking. Dude, big.
Really?
He's a big old boy. Yeah.
I think he's got a weird build. Last time I saw him.
No, he does have a weird build, but he's also just like a bigger guy right now. And it was definitely something. Oh, it's back behind the. Yeah, there. There we go, Prayer.
There we go.
There we go. Those are you ones in outro. No, I don't know. It'll be interesting. Interesting to see if they're a fight or not. Maybe by the time this episode's out, maybe they already have got a fight together. I don't know. Coming together pretty close. But that's going to end it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Once again, we're just here getting you content, trying to maybe interact with you a little bit more. So if you want to interact, what do you think about the Elon Zuck fight? Is that something that you want to watch? If so, let us know in the comment section. Otherwise, whatever. Move on to the next video. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, also smash the subscribe button. I'm trying to grow it. Episode 16 finished. Coming out with episode 17 soon. Talk to you in the next one.